And here they are, your Wapsie Valley Warriors.
Look at Kroll get after it.
So, Zach, as we enter tonight's duels, what are you looking for, Wapsie Valley, in these two duels tonight?
So Wapsie Valley, they took a big hit losing Jake Shore I think it was less than a week ago. It looks to be, I think he has a broken hand or a broken wrist. He had that arm kind of in his cast. But they lost Jake Shore. They don't have Caden Dana. A little bit hurt for the Warriors, but they got a lot of depth, and that's something that we pride ourselves on all the time. Is we always have depth. We always have somebody there to back them up. And I'd like to welcome back Drew Lansing. How about it? He's back for the first time this year. He's going to make a big impact. I'm excited to see him get back on the mat tonight at 190. He's going to be taking the spot for Jake Shore.
Yeah, how about it? Drew Lansing coming back. He actually got back to action first on Saturday at the Chipotle Invitational. I believe he placed third in his weight class. Not a bad first night back out.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously expect some rust, but we talk about sickness a lot in this winter cycle. You can see it hit a lot of teams. I think Sumner has some guys out 6 tonight. Obviously, we have Caden Dana's at home sick, and then North Tama just comes in tonight with not very many people. They got 7 guys total, 8 guys total over there on the side of the mat. So you can see, Wapsie and Sumner take up the other 2 corners, but I'm just waiting to see how North Tama is going to deal with all this openness in their lineup. You're giving away, I think it's like 42 or 36 free points right out the gate. So you're down 36-0. You pretty much have to pin your way back. So if they can do that, props to them to do it. But, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's definitely a tall task ahead. And as we talk lineups now, things will lay out. Let's look at who Wapsie Valley will be rolling out there tonight. starting at the top of the order at the lowest weight there. Wapsie Valley will begin at 106 with number 7 ranked Caden Bolinsky. At 113, Sawyer Crawl. At 120, the Warriors have Wally Kaufman. 126, Brody Kleitz. 132, Race Hagenow. 138, Creighton Zimmerman. 144 is supposed to be Caden Dana. Have word that he is sick tonight, so we probably won't be seeing him. At 150 pounds, we begin the ranked trio there. Easton Crawl ranked 5th at 150. 157 is number 5 ranked Kanan Decker. 165, 9th ranked Garrett Miller. 175 is Brock Kleitz. 190, Drew Lansing, fresh back into the dual lineup. 215 is Grayson Miller, and 285 pounds is Derek Hilsenbeck. And your Wapsie Valley Warriors are head coached by Brian Crawl, assisted by Bo Sorensen and Caleb Crawl.
Sorry, mic's up. Gotta say, I do think we will have somebody at 144 if I heard Chad Van Dale correctly. Here's the bad thing, though. We're not going to see a third of that 1-2-3 punch. Garrett Miller is not wrestling anybody tonight. Neither is Derek Hilsenbeck. So I really don't think Sawyer Crawl's got a match against North Tama, but we're in national anthem, so I guess I will continue after the national anthem.
All right, we've had our national anthem, and we're getting set to wrestle.
So right away, we're going to be starting at 144 pounds. So, fun fact, Wapsie's, so captains will meet in the middle. 144. Wapsie's, I don't know if they're going to be open. I don't know if they're not going to be open. I really don't know what's going on, but we're going to see what kind of turns out there from the middle from Crawl and the North Tama squad. So, like I said, 144, North Tama right away, they're kind of a big disadvantage. I've said it already about 5 times tonight. So I'm going to be interested to see how they kind of work their way back into this duel and see if they can really combat that 1-2-3 punch of Easton Crawl, Kaden Decker, and Garrett Miller, which one of them isn't going to be wrestling. So
it's a shame, but that's the world of wrestling. So our first duel of the night, we'll see the Wapsie Valley Warriors taking on the North Tama Redhawks. This duel brought to you by Oran Mutual Telephone Company. Serving the area since 1911, Oran Mutual Telephone Company is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Oran, Iowa and the surrounding rural area. Give them a call at 319-638-6006. That's Oran Mutual Telephone Company.
I hate to say it, we do a lot there.
I've had some time.
Can I give a shout out to Joey Vance over there? He's like the one lone student in this thing. So.
Yeah, we'll give a shout out to Joey over there. Good job, Joey.
That's something wrestling needs to work on. We need a student section.
You know, it's a little difficult. You got to a potential day off coming up. You know, it's
Friday
a local storm. You know, with school, no school. It's kind of been a weird week. Kids are crazy to get out of here, but
ready to go. I don't want to go to school.
and we will start off the duel at 144 pounds, where Colton Knack will receive a forfeit. So North Tama will start the duel with a 6-0 lead.
Hate to say it, but it might be their only lead of the night. They're going to try their best. I mean, a tough matchup you're going to have against 5th-ranked Easton Crawl. Very technical wrestler.
Next up, so our first wrestled duel of the night will be 150 pounds. Wapsie Valley's 5th-ranked Easton Crawl. And for North Tama, Gavin Roush.
Right away, crawling on a single. Look to cut off to a double. He will on the edge of the mat for 2.
And early 2 there for Crawl. Action goes out of bounds. Come back to the middle, and Crawl will choose the optional start to let him up. So make a 2-1 score. You know, it's been interesting watching Easton this year. He's had a couple different styles wrestling. He'll do this. He'll try to, you know, build up the score, take down and let him up, take down, let him up. You know, build that score up, get a good lead, then work towards a pin. Sometimes, though, he just wants to go out there and get it done early.
It all depends on how he's feeling that night. You know, sometimes you feel a little bit under the weather, but you can still go. You might just want to have a 30-second match if you can, you know. But sometimes if you want to, you know, really work on your technique and kind of really, you know, work on a guy that you know you can, you know, run up the score on it. It's good to kind of get that extra mat time. I mean, even though Crawl is, I believe Crawl is a senior.
Crawl runs him over, trying to get that shoulder down, presses the hip, and gets the pin. The pinfall for Easton Crawl, coming in 1 minute and 9 seconds. And Easton ties this duel up at 6 apiece. On to 157 we go. Kanan Decker, he will receive a forfeit at 157, make the score 12-6. So North Tama will not send anyone out. At 157, 165. Here starts our string of North Tama forfeits. Just unfortunately, they do have a smaller lineup, so just something they have to deal with, unfortunately. But it is to Wapsie Valley's advantage. Brock Place will take a forfeit at 175. 190 we go to next. Drew Lansing getting ready to head to the table.
So Lansing's first varsity duel is going to be a forfeit, so it's nice.
I think it's going to take him longer to get the singlet ready and the headgear on. And there he gets his arm raised for 6 points, taking the forfeit win. At 2:15, we'll go to next. Grayson Miller is the warrior that will walk out to the mat and take the forfeit win. 285, heavyweight next. Derek Hilsenbach. He gets the forfeit win before we bump things down to 106, where we will have a match. Wapsie Valley's 7th-ranked Caden Belinsky taking on North Tama's Drake Dvorak, with the Warriors holding a 42-6 advantage.
So look at that, we wrestled 2 matches, and now we're back to the light guys. Belinsky right in on an ankle pick. Take him down for 2. Just gonna let him up, push him out. Dvorak in that front headlock position.
You have to hit match number and then push the up button to get up to.
Some edge of the mat, wrestling here.
Does that make sense?
Nice fireman's carry straight into a dump off. Belinsky's gonna cut him up.
There's a party down there. Match number and that's hit the up button.
Belinsky again in on that ankle pick. Right off to a double. Just overwhelming Dvorak here.
Sorry, I had Wapsie Valley recent alum Mason Harder sitting over to our left up in the perch there. They're gonna go help some technical difficulties away across the scoreboard, but they got it figured out.
Belinsky into
Thanks, Mason.
Belinsky had a Turk. He's gonna get 3 near fall out of it, make it 9-2. You got all that?
Yeah, I got all that. I got the score all updated there.
Belinsky straight into an armbar. Last week it was the cradles. Tonight, back to the arm bars. And that's about as stuck as you can be. Belinsky racks up a fall at 106.
The fall coming for Belinsky there in 1 minute and 27 seconds. Adding to Warriors lead now 48-6. Next up, we'll go to 113. Max Monat for the Red Hawks will take on Wapsie Valley's Sawyer Crawl.
This, I think, is going to be a little bit more interesting. Both these guys are two very even wrestlers.
You know, Sawyer, the youngest member of the Crawl family, so I think he's probably heard a thing or two about wrestling and probably been demonstrated on a handful of times in the family living room.
I think he knows his way around the wrestling bit.
So, you know, next year when Easton graduates, he'll have probably the entire family in the corner.
It's just, I wonder what those, we hear it all the time about, you know, the Brands brothers, all those legendary battles inside their basement. I wonder, even in their family living room, I wonder what's going on in the Crawl family.
And Crawl gets cautioned there, a little too eager to start. They'll get reset.
I think Crawl knew what was coming. He knew Monat was going to go for that switch. As Monat immediately went for that kind of sit-out switch. He's going to knee slide to his feet. Crawl.
Goes for the mountain turn. Back down to the knees.
Monat doing a nice job, but Crawl just kind of clinging on. Now he's got that left leg. Under a minute here. If you're Crawl, you kind of just got to hold on. He's got to get two arms to that leg. If anything, don't let up a reversal. He's got to, you know, keep moving his feet, try to knee slide up, try to get another shot off. You also don't want to get caught into a cradle, as now he is.
Monat does get the reversal there and ties things up 2-2.
You know, with just 15 seconds left, I think Crawl either should have let go with that leg earlier to try to avoid this cradle position that he's kind of stuck in now, as now he's going to get flipped. Only a swipe,
James
though.
Grissom there for Crawl, trying to grab a hold of that knee.
Does a nice job of avoiding that dangerous, you know, cradle position, but now it's up to Monat here. So Crawl's going to take that bottom position.
Start of the second period, 2-2 tied score between Max Monat and Sawyer Crawl.
Got stuck between the brothers.
Yep. I looked down, I saw Monat, it was the wrong one. They're just a couple lines apart on my sheet.
2 weights apart.
Crawl does stand up, tries to break the hands. Monat slides down to the ankles.
Jumping away, trying to get away from Monat. Go out of bounds.
Crawl never able to break free there, so Monat stays in the top position as they head back to center.
Crawl with the stands up right away, but Monat able to grab that left arm. It's that kind of left elbow. He's got that 2-on-1 ride. trying to sit out here. He's trying to just find some room, but Oran doing a nice job riding. This Crawl just can't go anywhere.
Action goes out of bounds again. 1:08 left in this second period at 1:13 between Sawyer Crawl and Max Monat.
If you're Crawl, you got to get out. I mean, you can't go into the third period, with Monat having the decision in that third period. He's probably going to take bottom. So you're either, you got to get out to kind of either make it a tie match in the next period if you let him out, or just try to work a reversal or something. You got to get some sort of points here in the second period with under a minute to go. But Monat flattens him out. He's got a cross face, looking for a cradle. Crawl doing a nice job. Right to his feet.
Tries to stand up. Can't get anything going.
Monat, a lot of forward pressure. He's very heavy from kind of the shoulder blades up. It's kind of what forces, you see Crawl's forehead just kind of dive right into that mat.
Now trying to work that ball and chain ride.
$15 seconds to go. Crawl trying to build his base.
He's working the hips, can't quite get Crawl's shoulders turned.
So that will end the second. Something to note is that Crawl never got a stall call in that second period. So that, you look at the little things in wrestling. It's important that he doesn't get that stall call there, because now, if you have a stall call to give, basically. You have something to where if you do, get the lead, if it's just by 1 or even by 2, you aren't forced into having to play that game where you have to be active. You can be a little bit more passive. You can play a little bit more defense because you don't have to worry about getting banged for stalling and having a point go the other way.
Monat tries to stand up. Crawl with a mat return. And Monat does get the escape. Takes a 3-2 lead. This one's going to be one on the feet. Who's going to take the shot?
Right away, crawling on a single. Just got to keep his feet moving. Monat doing a nice job. We're kind of in that same position we were before.
Crawl's got to keep circling. And Monat does get the position, goes up 5-2 on the takedown.
Now if you're Monat, just kind of try to stall time without getting called for stalling. We don't see a lot of stall calls from that top position, but they're becoming more and more apparent now with just the increase of action in not only high school but also college and even pro level wrestling. I should say Olympic level.
Less than 1 minute to go in the period. Monat holds a 5-2 lead over Crawl.
Crawl trying to find something. At this point, it's a dire situation. You're kind of looking for, maybe Monat makes a mistake, it's a little too high on a turn, and you're able to flip him. Monat's got no need or desire.
Monat still working, trying to get the head and the hip there. And there's a first stall call against Crawl with 10 seconds left in the period.
I think it's just a stall call to call a stall call pretty much. It doesn't really, matter. But Monat played a nice technical match. He really tired Crawl out. Crawl looked, looked strong right away, but just wasn't able to keep it going. Monat really put the pressure on.
So it is a decision victory for Max Monat over Sawyer Crawl. Making our dual score now 48-9. And Wally Kaufman will take a forfeit at 120 pounds. Making our score 54-9 Warriors.
So now it's the part 2 of the Monettes. We got Case Monette taking on Brody Kleitsch. Again, I'm excited to see this one.
And 126 will go to Case Monette for North Tama. He'll be taking on the Wapsie Valley's Brody Kleitsch.
If there's something Brody has mastered, right away, it's this wrestling from kind of this lower level position, and it forces his opponents to kind of play into his style of wrestling, which he really benefits from. And that's why he's, such a great wrestler. And he's been able to kind of master the technical side of this position, as you see right away. Monette having to kind of play that game, and if you don't, he's just going to ankle pick you. That's kind of how it is. He's going to, attack the ankles, attack the lower part of your legs, really kind of trip you up.
Both wrestlers really trying to work here. Brody trying to get that left leg. Had it for a second, but couldn't hold on.
Now he's got it. He's got to change up to a double.
Gets a lift.
Got it. That's
no position yet. No control yet, they're saying.
That's 2.
And they'll say he never had the position. The Warrior fans disagree with that one.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, you're looking at that crackdown position. Monette was almost on his back. He almost kind of fell down. But, I will say, a great job by Monette. He was able to realize where he was on the mat. If they're in the middle of the mat, it's going to end in a takedown either way. But because he was on the edge of that mat, he was able to kind of, butt slide kind of out of the perimeter. And he was able to kind of, get out of that position. And we say that. Now Monette's going to get a takedown. Before that, a nice ankle pick there from Kleitsch. I said it earlier. He's just going to ankle pick you to no end. But Monette did a nice job playing defense out of that position. Now he's got a chicken wing in. He's going to run an arm bar. Kleitsch doing a nice job. Trying to get out of the position. You can't really build to your base. You don't really have an arm to do that. Now he's kind of got a base here. He's trying to work up. Still doesn't have his left arm. And that will end the first, so 2-0. Heading into the second, Monette has the decision. He's going to defer. Kleitsch. You go neutral. So for Kleitsch, you got to stay on the aggressive. Just got to keep moving.
Zach, you mentioned that there, the interesting situation where opponents have wrestling Brody having to work at that lower level. Wrestling's kind of a great equalizer there, and or a great opportunity there where, no matter what your stance is, Brody gets around and gets reversed.
Oh, what is happening? Oh, Monette playing great defense on this crate. Look, he's got his right leg inside. He's almost was able to flip Kleitsch, but Kleitsch doing an even better job of keeping his belt buckle right to the mat. And man, is that tight. Look at the stress on Monette. He got it, yes!
Brody Kleitsch gets the pin in 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Okay, it's a complicated replay here. We're gonna try to take it all in. So right away, see where this is
how
at.
far let's take us back.
Okay, so look, right there, you can see Kleitsch. He almost got flipped. Monette did a great job getting his right leg kind of stuck under Kleitsch's left, and he was almost able to kind of flip the turn on Kleitsch. But Kleitsch able to do a great job of readjusting, putting his belt buckle to the mat, keeping his waist glued to the mat, to kind of keep Monette there and secure that fall.
A big turn of events there for Brody Kleitsch. Gets the reversal, flips him over top, and sticks him for the pin. And that all culminates in Wapsie Valley leading 60-9 in the duel. Out there on the mat now, Reese Hagenow for Wapsie Valley taking on North Tama's Brayton Stickles at 132.
We'll have 2 matches after this. sorry, one match after this.
He's working there. Action goes out of bounds. Back to the center. Hanging out with a 2-0 lead. You know, the action got crazy there. Trying to finish my thought. Mentioned Brody having, with missing the leg and having to work down at that lower level. Wrestling's a great sport where there's many opportunities. I know there was a wrestler from another school who was.
Hey, maybe we just keep talking about this.
If I keep talking about this, something good happens something good starts happening.
So just keep talking.
Keep talking. A wrestler a few years ago at another school was, I believe, legally blind. So the accommodation there was the wrestlers always had to be in contact, whether it's just hand on the head, shoulder, whatever, just so he could actually have that sense of where his opponent was. And it was a good young wrestler. I can't remember his name. That's just the great thing about wrestling, how everybody has a chance.
Yeah, and you talk about the equalizers there as, that would have been great if that would have stayed in. Hagenau got that kind of bear hug. But anyway, there's many different sides and angles to just a certain position in wrestling. It's a very complex sport. We talked about it. I said that, Kleitch, if you don't play his game, he can just ankle pick. If you do, he's mastered the game. He's mastered that aspect of his craft that he can do a lot of things. But even if you don't play his game, there's a lot of things that go the other way. Obviously, Kleitch doesn't have a whole ton of leverage in that position. So if you wanted to, you could almost kind of football linebacker, just kind of, bulldoze him over, which that's almost how, it happens sometimes. Some guys get caught in those certain positions. Now, obviously, you're trying to do your best to defend it. But there's a lot of different aspects to just a certain position in wrestling. That's why it's so complex.
End of the first period, 2. The second we go, Reese Hagenau with the 2-0 lead over Brayton Stickles of North Tama. And Hagenau gets 2 more on the takedown for a 4-0 lead.
Hagenau working that top position, trying to get that left arm kind of pulled across Stickles' back there. I will say, we talked about why I have no idea where he was. He just told me today he couldn't do it tonight. I hope he's watching. If you are, shout out to you, Wyatt.
That's all right. Needs a night at home with the wife, so he's just going to sit back and listen to us talk.
Kind of sad his Packers beat the Bears.
No, that's great. The Packers beating the Bears.
You can be quiet.
Knocking your Seahawks out of the playoffs. That was a great night.
I'm sad. Hagenau, under a minute to go here. Good job just kind of riding it out. He's got to be careful. He's got to get off to a side here. Can't really stay parallel. You're going to get called for stone.
Less than 30 seconds to go in this second period between Hagenau and Stickles. Stickles does try to stand up, get out, but out of bounds before he gets the escape. Still a 4-0 lead for Reese Hagenau. A caution there on Hagenau before the start. Goes for the foot. Stickles about got himself in trouble there, trying to roll through on his shoulders. The official there got the one swipe out of the way. He's getting himself back in that position. Very risky position there
You're
for
down
Stickles.
4-0. I don't know why you would. It's a Hail Mary shot for sure, but.
It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but you're in the second period, not the third.
If you're in the third, it makes more sense than if you were in the second.
And Hagenau did get 2 near-fall points out of that, so it is a 6-0 lead for Reese Hagenau. Hagenau in the bottom position, start the third. He'll wrap around and get the reversal.
Oh, look at this! Look at Hagenau! Wow! What? Now? Wow. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Jeez.
Reese Higginau picking up the pin.
That was quick. That was quick. I ain't gonna complain.
We'll send this one to replay here. Reese working over. He got the takedown.
Look how quick this is. Just immediately, yeah. Not even a second. I mean, hey, that's what they're calling nowadays in wrestling. The second those shoulder blades, both of them hit the mat, it's a fall. So.
All right, Zach, if we've got any students or parents watching from home, you had the news that you were so distracted by, you want to say it.
Oh, it's not us. It's Summer Fred. They're close to me.
Well, yeah, you got Summer Fred people watching.
So if anyone lives in Sumner or Fredericksburg, you guys don't have school tomorrow. I am looking into North Tama right away here. I have my phone open on this. I am keeping track. Don't worry.
Creighton Zimmerman with an early takedown for a 2-0 lead. And Hagenau's win there put the Warriors ahead 66-9 in the duel. And this is our last match of the duel between the Warriors and the Red Hawks.
News confirmed, North Tama has closed tomorrow as well. So now we're just waiting on Wapsie to close tomorrow. North Tama and Sumner have closed. I think Chipola has as well. So.
Zimmerman working over, trying to drive that left shoulder.
Wait, I don't know what you wanted me to talk about. That's
I'm just trying to get your mind back on wrestling.
That's all I care about.
Trying to get your mind back on wrestling.
Zimmerman, they're on the edge of the mat here. He's going to get the 2 near falls, so push it up to 4-0. There we go. Now he's going to go right back to that tilt. He's in a dangerous position here. He had his back exposed. From my position, it kind of looked like he almost had him pinned. You remember Big Ten Championships a few years ago, Spencer Lee actually pinned someone off the tilt. Yeah, it seems like a Spencer Lee thing to do, but he did it. Now Zimmerman right back to this tilt again. Only gets 1 swipe though, so no points awarded.
So Zimmerman holds a 6-0 lead headed into the second period.
Stoppage from our scores table up there.
Yeah, he just bounced the periods ahead a little too far. Instead of the second period, accidentally put up the 4th period. But it's all correct now.
Overtime, Sun victory. Next takedown wins. Let's see who's going to win the match.
Kucera did choose neutral there to start. So both wrestlers on their feet. Zimmerman with the 6-0 lead.
Man, you really did not play to my joke.
Just focus on the wrestling. Just focus on the wrestling. Zimmerman goes up 8-0 on that takedown in major territory.
Got the 2 near fall. Again, working on that right edge of the mat. So we've been trying to bring it back towards the center here. So potentially dangerous. I mean, they're being a little bit more strict on that now than really they have ever been. I mean, it's something you never want to see. You don't want to see someone's shoulder get snapped off. So I get it. It didn't look like it was that far. I mean, we talk about, I think it's like 90 degree. I think that's what they say. It's either 90 or 45 or something. I think it's.
Kucera gets out, gets the escape score now 10-1. So
Zimmerman in that major decision territory already. He's up by 9, so obviously that's more than 8. So
Zimmerman gets 2 on the takedown, trying to work those back points.
Zimmerman doing a nice job, always constantly looking for turns. Now he's going to go for another cradle. Arm bars and cradles has been the story the last few weeks.
He's got a tight cradle lock there. Oh,
Wow.
Kucera just rolls out of that one.
Kucera has played some nice defense from these pinning combinations, or even just these turns from Zimmerman.
Creighton holds a 14-1 lead here.
Owies.
And near fall count. So this is going to be,
That's-
it will be a tech fall victory for Creighton Zimmerman. 16-1 in 4 minutes at 1:38. Making our final dual score 71-9. Wapsie Valley takes the victory over North Tama.
And we said it, right away. Obviously, North Tama came into this duel very short-handed. Come in with, I think, like 7 open weights. So you're never really going to get much, 6 open weights. So you're never really going to get back into a duel when you're giving up 36 points right out of the gate. So if you take away 36 points and put it the other way, this is a very close duel. So, you're looking at it that way. For results tonight, so we started at 144 with 4th-ranked Colt Kanak getting a forfeit victory, and then just a stretch of East of Crawl got a fall 1 minute 9 seconds, and then 6 forfeits in a row. Decker, Miller, Kleitsch, Lansing, Miller, and Pilsen back all received forfeits. We flip it over to 106. Polinski gets a fall, the newly ranked wrestler at 106. Max Monak got a decision victory over Sawyer Crawl. Wally Kaufman received a forfeit. Brody and Reese Hagenau, Brody Kleitsch and Reese Hagenau both got falls. And then to end it all, Creighton Zimmerman with a technical fall. Gave us a final score of 71-9 in favor of the Warriors.
So that's how the matches went in order in your Freeland Telephone Company RTC Communications recap. And you see the results of all the matches right there as Wapsie Valley took the duel 71-9. North Tama did pick up 1 decision, winning that category, but Wapsie Valley with a technical fall, 4 falls, and 7 forfeits to North Tama's 1. A little bit of tail of the tape there, Zach. I think it's pretty glaring. It's the forfeits, and those hurt any lineup.
Well, we look back to the very first duel of the year, Wapsie versus Jessup. You could almost chalk that a loss mainly because of the forfeits. Wapsie had 1 forfeit in that duel, and it basically cost them the duel entirely. So for a team to come into tonight, with 6 of them, that you just can't come back from that. It is very hard unless everybody outside of those 6 open weights is ranked in the top 10. It's just impossible to come back from such a deficit when you're down 36-0 to start the duel, especially when 3 of our guys are ranked as well. And then for Wapsie, they really control it from start to finish. I guess they had a forfeit right away and a decision kind of towards the end, but other than that, that 1-2-3 punch, Crawl, Decker, and Miller, rolled right away. Crawl got a fall, Decker and Miller both received forfeits. Next, when Wapsie wrestles Sumner tonight, we're going to see more of them tonight. Maybe not Miller because he's not going to be wrestling anybody, but you're going to see Decker and Crawl. So I think for them, they just need to keep the gas pedal to the absolute floor, and that's going to push them right away.
And that was your RTC Communications recap. RTC is here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375 or email manager@reedlandtelco.com. That's manager@reedlandtelco.com. And fans, you see out there tonight on the map are youth wrestlers with their coaches. Talking right now is Coach Johnny Kleitsch of the Warrior Youth Wrestling Program. Some of you may have watched their mini duel against Sumner-Fredericksburg at the start of the stream. It's always great to see the youth numbers out strong and some great performances we saw out there tonight.
I will say, one thing that has been consistent throughout since the beginning of time, since
got nothing to do on a cold winter day. Throwing out a choice of
I wrestled through that youth program. It is, there's always guys there. You're always going to have a bunch of people in the night. So to see them out there, to see them, wrestle, I mean, to them, this is one of the things you highlight back on from their time in youth wrestling. There's one thing I remember from my time in youth wrestling is the duels that we had in youth wrestling, or the youth that sat in the crowd, building a tunnel for the Varsity wrestlers that you looked up to for so long. So seeing them out there, and seeing them have fun, seeing them wrestle some guys that they probably haven't wrestled before, even when it doesn't really matter all that much, you're not wrestling for trophies, you're not wrestling for medals, you're just wrestling people that you haven't wrestled before. It's great, and to do that in the big gym, on a mat, high school varsity mat, in front of all these fans, it's great for them. It's great to see it, and it's great to have them out there. Obviously, the goal is to keep them out, get them into that high school system, and hopefully build teams in the future that, home state titles. Obviously, that's the goal at the end of the day.
It's always going to know what they're dreaming about when they go to bed each night. That's their thoughts. They're dreaming about the day to get out here and go chase that goal. So that's what we got for our first duel tonight. Wapsie Valley and North Tama will take a short break and we will be back covering Sumner-Fredericksburg and North Tama in our second duel of the night. Stay tuned.
All right, we ready to go?
All right, fans, we're back, and we'll be starting off with North Tama and Sumner-Fredericksburg at 150 pounds. For North Tama, it will be Gavin Roush, and for Sumner-Fredericksburg, Kyler Glenn.
So I guess if there is any advantage to North Tama, they they're going to end with Colt Knack. So if there's any, in a perfect world, let's say this thing is tied, you're probably feeling pretty good when you have the 4th-ranked wrestler come out for the final match of the duel. So
yeah, it's definitely a guy you want to end with. End with one of your best guys.
You got to
For
get
North
there
Tama,
first.
You got to get there. And they do have a lot of forfeits standing in their way. Sumner-Fredericksburg does have a couple in there, but North Tama's going to have to pick up some wins there to offset those.
You cut the forfeits from 6 to 5 because now, you don't have to, from 6 to 4 because, you're going to have a wash at 113 and 120 with Max Monat receiving a forfeit and Sam Egan receiving a forfeit. So that's going to cancel out. Plus you have a double open at 165. So, is what it is. I think, from what it seems, Drake Podhochki is not here tonight. I hope I said that right.
I screwed that one up in the past, but when we went to North Tama last year, I heard their announcers who do a great job, Levi and I can't remember their other announcer's name. But I remember Levi
punching
LaRue.
the air right now.
Their tech guy down there. And they're great. They're a great group
Look
of
at Mason.
students
Mason
down
loved that.
Podaski, I believe is how they told me to say it.
Oh, wow. I can just remember the last time we wrestled him last year. He told me it was Podhochki, and I was having the hardest time pronouncing that name.
Oh, yeah. I screwed that one up big time.
Podaski?
Podaski, I believe.
That's a lot easier. Thank you.
Some from North Tama, if you're watching.
Yeah, thank you.
Feel free to tell us if we're right or wrong in that. And that'll end the first period between Roush and Glenn. Gavin Roush holding the 2-0 lead.
So Glenn going to take that neutral position. Something you don't see from these lighter weights. I get it, we're kind of in that kind of halfway point. This is kind of where you see a hybrid of that slow, methodical, heavyweight wrestling and also that fast-paced, lightweight wrestling. Glenn is really going for these underhooks. I love it because, obviously everybody loves action in wrestling. And whenever you got double underhooks or even just a single underhook, action's coming as immediately Glenn goes for a throw. I told you it was coming.
Glenn with the big throw ties this one up 2-2 halfway through the second period at 150 pounds.
Immediately goes for a cradle. He's got his head in his side. He's going for it. He's got to be careful. You're kind of on the edge of the mat as Glenn does a nice job trying to pull Roush back to the middle. So now Roush's headgear comes off. They're going to wrestle the position as Roush stuck Glenn on his back. They go out of bounds. This is absolute pandemonium.
Action's getting a little fast and heavy here.
I said it's slow, methodical, and immediately after we have big throw, cradle,
I think
flip.
they took offense to that, Zach.
Maybe. Call it the announcer's jinx. It happens all the time. Trust me. I'm a culprit of that a lot. So it stinks, but it's true. Glenn goes for a body lock. He's kind of in that front headlock position. Glenn trying to work his way around. Roush into a single leg scramble position now. As now Roush got Glenn flipped. What? Wow! Whoa, that is absolutely.
Let's see if we can get the replay on that one. That was
craziness. Glenn had him dead to rights, and then Roush flipped him, and then they got out of it. They cleared out, and then Glenn went for a bear hug. I mean, look at this. Just you're in that scramble position. Roush goes for that left arm, that left post arm, or sorry, that right post arm of Glenn. And Glenn, had so much weight on that arm. When it got taken away from him, he just rolled right through, and Roush, kind of just, cleaned up the scraps.
Nolan Pagel is going to wrestle at 157 for Sumner-Fredericksburg and take the forfeit. These all flip back around.
A nice job from the Cougars. They did a little bit of lineup structuring, moved 3 guys up a weight. Now they're just going to run their straight lineup, take advantage of all these forfeits. Trying to keep up here. Oh, wow. So, yeah, we are going to have a double open.
Double forfeit at heavyweight.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the double forfeit at heavyweight.
Yeah, I was expecting 165, and that did not happen. So.
Sumner-Fredericksburg did have a heavyweight listed, but must be out of the lineup one way or another tonight. So, as we work through our upper weights, back to 106. Our score currently stands Sumner-Fredericksburg 30, North Tama 6. And at 106, for Sumner-Fredericksburg, it will be Michael Eimers, and for North Tama, Drake Dvorak.
We'll say both times North Tama has started up 6-0 and then, hasn't really scored since, so. Heck, maybe this duel ends the same way.
Dvorak tries to work towards that right leg. Didn't like what he was getting. Back to his feet.
So back to this quicker, high-pace style of wrestling.
Hey, Levi is watching. Levi, thanks for watching.
Yeah, look at that. Asked us how we did our scoreboard. You got to teach him that.
Through our production truck software that we get through Huddle. It's a great little tool we got here. Takes some learning, though. I know Zach kind of watches me kind of fumble through the names, and
I don't even know where to start with that. Hands off from me. That's just hands off. Eimers right into a double. Just out of nowhere. Spinning around.
Dvorak's fighting off. He's got a tight headlock going there.
Yeah. He had that really cinched in.
So after all that, both wrestlers kind of step back, get their bearings again.
Wow! Dvorak straight to a headlock throw. He's going to settle in. Looking to just shut the door on Eimers. He's under 5. Wow, saved by the bell. Is Eimers.
We're going to check that replay, that throw by Dvorak.
I don't know how he didn't get the fall here. Eimers looks pretty flat to me, like right there. Maybe it's that elbow kind of just holding him up. And
So Dvorak was able to get 3 near fall there with a 5-0 lead headed into the second period.
Eimers. anything, Eimer's got to tighten up that headgear. That headgear is really loose.
You know, I think as a wrestler, you'd want that tight. You don't.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
can't
want that
imagine
really
you want
tight.
that slipping down. And
Talk about it. You talk about it at the college level. Dayton Fix. He had that big headgear issue in the national finals a few years back.
unless
Nick
just trying
Soriano.
to catch an opponent, you know, hand slips over the
Oh
headgear.
yeah, just bam. You know, I mean that's a penalty in college, and I think it is also a penalty in high school if you grab at the headgear.
If you grab the headgear.
I don't know if we count like accidental, you just kind of pull it over his face. But I mean, if you intentionally go for that, then yeah.
I know there was a
Very lenient, very subjective call there.
some wrestling fans out there might remember about 4 years ago or so, Lisbon and Don Bosco were in a final match of a state duels
Oh my gosh.
championship duel.
This is absolute craziness.
Lisbon wrestler was our hand on the side of Don Bosco wrestler's head, and just kind of like the sticking of his hand on the ear of the headgear kind of like drug the Bosco wrestler down. Dvorak gets 2 on the takedown there, goes up 7-0. As the second period ends, Drake Dvorak with a 7-0 lead on Sumner-Fredericksburg's Michael Eimers.
Eimers, that headgear is in front of his face. I think that's Grant Anderson over here, just kind of laughing. As again, the headgear comes right off. You said it, that thing needs to be tightened.
Dvorak's escape gives him an 8-0 lead, sitting in major decision territory.
Eimers looking at a shot. They're going to go out of bounds. Dangerous position if you're Dvorak. I mean, that's almost the textbook stall call right there. You just run a guy out of bounds. Usually it takes about 2 or 3 times before you get that call, though.
Well, it's interesting, though, on the college side.
You can only take one sometimes.
Take once. And, well, on the college side, you should run a guy out of bounds 4 times, and that's a forfeit. Match is over.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I'm wrong, but watching Tony Cassiope do it to an Illinois wrestler a few years ago, just kept driving his opponent out of bounds, out the mat. His opponent received stall calls.
Yes, if it is 3 stall, no, Blake. Okay, if you get 3 stall calls, that is a forfeit. If you run somebody out of bounds 4 times, that is not a forfeit. It's not how that works. It's 3 stall calls before you get called for that. That I know, because going back, Tony Cassiope did to an Iowa State guy 2 years ago.
Less than 30 seconds to go in this match between Dvorak and Eimers.
So it's going to end with a major decision victory for Dvorak.
Dvorak will take this one 8-0. Major decision brings the dual score to now 10-30. Sumner-Fredericksburg leading as we go to 113 pounds.
So it'll push the dual score to 30 to 10.
And I believe North Tama will take a forfeit at 113. It is Max Monat who picks up the forfeit. It's now 16-30.
So Egan is also going to receive a forfeit here.
120, it is Sumner-Fredericksburg Sam Egan with a forfeit victory. 126 will go. Case Monette will take on Sumner-Fredericksburg's Trice Anderson.
Alrighty, I got the news. I got the news, Blake. I got good news and then I got better news. All right?
Give me the good news.
Okay. The good news is we're going to have one more duel after this. The even better news, I don't have to go to school tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I knew that about 4 hours ago, bud.
It just came in 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I knew that.
I
And
quit.
while we're talking,
I quit. Anderson pick up a fall, I believe.
Lee Monad gets the fall.
Oh, okay. Yep, you were right.
So Monad gets the fall there for North Tama, bumping their score up to 22. Dual score 36-22. Cougars lead, going to 132 pounds.
All right, well.
Ryder Larson for Sumner-Fredericksburg will be taking on Brayton Stickles.
We said it
of North
earlier.
Tama.
You got to get here first. It's looking like, North Tama's working their way here. I will say,
Larson falls into the takedown there. And a pin of Brayton Stickles in 15 seconds for the Cougar 132-pounder. As Sumner-Fredericksburg takes the 42-22 dual lead.
Well, that officially shut the door on this duel. Kind of sad because I wanted to see North Tama fight a little there. I mean, I got to give major props to this Red Hawk squad. They have really brought the fight to Sumner tonight. They were into that duel until about 30 seconds ago. So I mean, they had it there. You get caught and get pinned right there. I mean, if that doesn't happen, or even if that goes the other way, this duel, a very different duel. Instead of 42-22, it's 36-28, and you're only up by 8.
Brennan Blake out there on the mat for Sumner-Fredericksburg gets the takedown of Kane Kusera for North Tama. A 2-0 lead. A locked hands call from the official there on your left side of the screen. Kusera is able to break out, get the escape, and he'll get an additional point for that locked hands.
Call it a takedown. As look at that. Now he's actually he might actually get a takedown, and he does. Look at that.
He heard your challenge, and he went and got it. He heard takedown, I'm going to go get it, so he's right.
Look at that. I told you I'm right. I'm always right.
Debatable, but
you'll learn that, Blake.
Let's watch some wrestling.
So Blake is going to get the reversal here.
Ties this one back up 4 points apiece.
If there is anything in this wrestling world that makes a coach angry, it's getting called for lock hands. I must say it right now. It is the most annoying thing for any wrestling coach ever.
Wrestlers go out of bounds almost on the basketball court floor. So they'll line things up back in the center. Just 3 seconds left in this first period between Brennan Blake and Kane Kusera.
So we'll head to the second. See the Warriors over here in the right corner towards their locker room. They're getting ready to go for this last duel.
And fans, are you sitting in your beanbag chair at home eating some Cheetos watching the Warriors tonight? Consider donating to Wapsie Valley Athletics on Venmo. Our link is in the description. Any donation is greatly appreciated to help keep our streams free to anyone who wants to watch. Wapsie Valley Venmo link is in the video description.
I cannot believe you just said that. If you didn't know, that was sent by Brett Bergman, our athletic director, so I cannot believe you actually said that.
Brennan Blake gets the takedown, goes up 6-4 here in this second period.
Blake trying to go for a turn. He does. He's going to get 3 out of it. Yeah, he's going to get 3 out of the deal. Looking for 6, though. Man, does he have, man, he's really had him flat there. You got a replay of that? I want to see it. See if he really had him flat. It looked like he was just about dead to rights.
Yeah, you can't really tell from the camera angle there.
We need one on the other side of the gym, Blake.
Maybe in the future as we start building up our technical capabilities. If anybody wants to donate some more cameras and stuff,
yeah, we'll take it.
We'll put cameras all over this place. Get you every angle.
That's what we need a mat side camera for. Now Blake's going to get another takedown. And he's going to get another locked hands call. Man. Half of Tama's points here off of locked hands calls.
So headed to the third period, Brennan Blake leads 11-6 over North Tama's Kane Kucera.
Kucera is not out of this match whatsoever. I know he's down by 5, but he is for sure not out of this match whatsoever. So now Blake looking for a cradle. And he's going to sit back. He's got it locked up, but Kucera, he's done it again. He's done a great job all night getting out of these cradles, getting out of these tilts, all that kind of stuff.
Kane keeps battling through there, trying to battle out of those situations, move things around.
Did it about 20 times against Zimmerman. He's done a great job of getting out of those tough positions, like this power half kind of, tilt. I don't even know what you'd call this. Somebody gotta give me some terminology here. As now we've got a perfect view of this. And the fall for Brennan Blake.
Blake gets the fall in 5 minutes, 25 seconds. As Sumner-Fredericksburg goes up 48-22 with just 1 match left.
This is what I've been waiting for practically all night. I'm ready to see Colt Kanak. Are you kidding me?
And unfortunately, Colt Kanak, the highest ranked wrestler here tonight, it just isn't going to fall his way tonight. He's not going to come out with a match. He does pick up 2 wins, but they're by forfeit.
This is not fair.
Wapsie Valley would have given him a match, but unfortunately their 144-pounder was sick tonight. And Sumner-Fredericksburg,
shout out Kane Dana.
bumping some guys up, trying to fill some weights, get some points. No 144-pounder there, so Kanak goes 2-0 on the night with 2 forfeits.
If you're wondering why there was not a 144, I know Blake just kind of explained it. Also, I talked about it earlier. Sumner did a little bit of some lineup changing, bumping some guys up to get to that open spot. I'm going to explain it here. So Kyler Glenn, who was the listed 144, bumped up to 150. He, I believe he got pinned there by Roush, if I'm correct. I can't remember that match. I don't have it listed. Yes, it was Roush who got the win there. And then Pagel, who's 150, bumped up to 157. And then Cannon, who is the 157, bumped up to 165 to take the forfeit to give Sumner an extra 6 points. So, I mean, change that. Maybe it's a double open. Pushes this to 42-28, and then maybe, Kanak wrestles. Let's say he gets a fall. Pushes it to 42-34. So it's a lot closer of a duel. And this duel was a lot closer. Northema really, had it going for him tonight in this Sumner duel. I mean, they did a good job. They were in this duel up until about, towards the ending part of that duel with about a match or two to go. Then, the rails or the train fell off the rails there. So it's kind of how it ended for him. So our final score tonight is 48-28 in favor of Sumner-Fred. So the start time for our final duel is 7:27, so in approximately 13 minutes, or I take that back, my goodness. 8 minutes. Goodness. Math is wrong. So we started this duel at 150 pounds with Gavin Roush beginning by fall, and then a stretch of forfeits. Pagel, Cannon, Henderson, Kyle Kuhlman, Grant Henderson, all picking up forfeits, and then a double open at 285. We flip it over to 106. Major decision for Drake Dvorak. Max Monat got a forfeit. Sam Egan got a forfeit. The other Monat, Case Monat, got a fall. And then Ryder Larson got a fall. Brennan Blake got a fall. And then Colt Kanak, fourth-ranked wrestler in the state, picked up a forfeit in the final match to end this duel off.
And there you heard the rundown of the matches from Zach in our RTC Communications dual meet recap between the North Tama Redhawks and the Sumner-Fredericksburg Cougars. Final score there was 48-28 Cougars taking the victory. North Tama did pick up one major decision to Sumner-Fredericksburg's none. Neither had a decision or a tech fall. Both teams had 2 falls on the night, and Sumner-Fredericksburg picked up 6 forfeits to 2 for the Redhawks. The deciding factor tonight in the Cougars win. So, Zach, you saw North Tama twice there. You saw Sumner-Fredericksburg once. What did you see in that duel overall, and what did you see from North Tama tonight?
I saw a lot of fight, and I'm gonna give them props right away. They fought hard, and man, I mean, they just battled. And that's all you can really do when you're giving up 36 points right away. All you can do is battle from there on out. Battle for every point, battle for every match, battle for every single second. And, it's going to pay off. And they were in that Sumner duel. They were in that Sumner duel. Not really the Wapsie duel. Wapsie kind of ran away with that. But I'm looking more at this North Tama Sumner duel. And it's, maybe if there's just a few more guys, if North Tama has a fuller lineup, maybe it's not 48-28. Maybe it's only 42 to 34, or something like that, where it's a lot closer. Or maybe even North Tama squeaks away with a win. But just the fact that you give up 6 open weights, you come in and you're down 36-0 right away. Just being able to battle back and score 28 points is an accomplishment in and of itself. So for them, just keep battling. Eventually, over time, most of these programs, as you keep wrestling, as you keep growing, you're going to have more guys go out. You're going to get better numbers. You're going to fill out the lineups, which in turn is only going to help your team. So for them, just keep battling. And then for Sumner, they really have to push the pedal tonight. Wapsie's going to come out hard. They're going to come out fast. So for Sumner, they got to be able to combat that aggression from the Warriors and kind of counter it with their own aggression. So for them, if they can play really good defense, that's going to be the big thing, because Wapsie's going to take a lot of shots, be able to counter off those reattacks or even take shots of your own before Wapsie can take their shots.
Yeah, so Wapsie Valley's definitely going to come out hard. They're going to have a much more full lineup than North Tama had there, so built more of a challenge there for Sumner-Fredericksburg. But Again, North Tama, while being shorthanded, we did see some good things from them tonight. Some nice wrestling out there. Best of luck to the Red Hawks this season as they continue on down the road with the rest of their dual season and then progressing towards districts and, the hope for all wrestlers to make it to state. So, folks, we will be back after a short break with one more dual meet tonight. Wapsie Valley taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg. Stay tuned. All right, fans, we're back, and we're getting set to start our final duel of the night. The Wapsie Valley Warriors taking on the Sumner-Fredericksburg Cougars. will begin at 157 pounds. This duel brought to you by Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Legacy Roofing of Iowa. If you want to make your roof last as long as possible, it is vital that you never put off a roof repair. Small issues can turn into big issues in a hurry. No matter how major or minor the repair you need, we are here to help. We offer roofing, contracting, storm damage repair, gutter replacement, and residential and commercial roofing. Call Mitch at 319-415-2472 or Lou at 319-415-5547. And Kanan Decker gets the pin there for win number 100 in his career.
Look at that. Decker doesn't even want to celebrate.
The 100th career win for Kanan Decker as he gets the pin there of Jordan Cannon.
Well, that was quick.
Decker just wasting no time there at all. And at 165 we'll go quickly. Garrett Miller gets the forfeit win. Warriors go up 12-0 in the duel. So on to 175 we'll go.
So now this is the stretch where, Sumner's going to be able to kind of fight their way back in this duel. They got 3 ranked wrestlers right away, Henderson, Kuhlman, and the other Henderson. I say the other Henderson, but Noah and Grant. I imagine they're brothers.
Yep. Noah gets the early takedown there, going up 2-0 on Brock Kleitsch.
And these are the stretch of matches where, Sumner really needs to get 3 pins. If Sumner can get 3 falls, take their lead back to 18-12, this would be very important. I say that, and I guess I never really gave something for Wapsie tonight. Win the matches you can win. That's what I'm going to say. You got to win the matches you're supposed to win to go anywhere. So if you can win the matches you're supposed to win and win them by bonus point victories, that's what every team wants.
Noah Henderson with a strong ride in the top position on Brody Kleitsch. Or Brock Kleitsch, sorry. Brock Kleitsch out there. It's kind of hard to tell.
Hey,
if you're just looking at the face, it's kind of hard to tell them apart. Noah Henderson will pick up 2 on the near fall there, going up 4-0.
Man, Henderson doing a nice job. Kleitsch thought he got out of the position. Henderson right back in there on that right ankle. Trying to just maintain that position.
Trying to kick out. He does get the ankle free, gets the escape. Now 4-1 our score.
Now if you're Kleitsch, you got to be able to take advantage and win some position on your feet. Henderson going to take bottom. This is where Kleitsch needs to do his work. He's very good in this top position. He likes the cradles, likes the arm bars. I say like he likes the cradle. That's an understatement. He loves the cradles. I call him, Cannon Yeager 2.0. As immediately he goes for a cradle. He's always looking for, some sort of pinning combination here, whether it be cross-face cradle, near side cradle. He's already looking for a cradle here. Henderson doing a nice job, though. Kleitsch. Henderson with a nice switch. Henderson, the strength. Look at that. Look out of bounds.
They're going to give Henderson the credit for the escape there to go up 5-1 before they go out of bounds.
If anything, I thought they were even credit for a takedown. I guess not. So. Nice shot there from Kleitsch. He's got to finish, though. Henderson, a lot of pressure, a lot of weight. But Kleitsch doing a great job. But Henderson caught him in a cradle. Wow. Wow.
Henderson just had the lock on Brock's right leg there, right from Brock's initial shot.
I mean, that is just some craziness. I didn't even see it, but he got that right leg hooked. As Kleitsch, I mean, he knows what he's doing here. Fights out of a dire position, and now he's going to get an escape.
Brock keeps fighting to a couple spots there where he's real close to, turning it over, getting a reversal.
And he gets a takedown. He might be looking for back points. Oh, Henderson, a nice job there to let go of that arm. Belly out. I'm telling you, it's a lot better to belly out and give up a takedown than to risk near fall or even getting yourself pinned. As now Kleitsch working a cradle. He's got it locked. He's got it. Henderson's on his back. No. No.
Time ran out on Brock.
No.
5 more seconds. Brock would have had that one.
Henderson just getting a little lazy. As Kleitsch sees what he can do, he's going to take advantage. Henderson's tired. Kleitsch in on another shot. Henderson doing a nice job. Kleitsch fighting. Henderson might have a cradle. This is a dire position. Kleitsch fighting. Kleitsch fighting. Henderson fighting. What is happening? This is craziness.
It's a wild series of events there, back and forth. Both wrestlers just throwing through, rolling through.
This is just both guys throwing haymakers. It's now Kleitsch, you got to work up to your feet. Henderson, he's going to get called for stalling if he doesn't move. As Henderson's just, wasting clock here. He's not moving at all. He's staying parallel.
Less than a minute to go in the match.
I'm wondering where's the, he's not doing anything. You're staying parallel. You're not lurking for a pinning combination. I mean, that's what you're looking for. They're going to call it a stalemate? What is that?
We'll see Sumner-Fredericksburg's coach Jeff Meyer having a word with our official there over at the table. Not sure what he was seeing there. If
he's asking for a stall call on Kleitsch, he's crazy. Because if anything, it should be a stall call on Henderson.
If there was an extra scoring count there.
Yeah.
If there was.
Oh, swipes. Okay.
Swipes.
Yeah.
For the near fall count.
So, in a top riding position, if you are parallel, not working for a pinning combination, and you're not consistently trying to work a side, that is a top riding stall call. That is clear cut, as clear as you can be. He didn't do any of those things. So, I mean, you're just wasting time at that point. As now Kleitsch trying to just move. He's got to he can just keep moving. Again, you can't hold him in a standing position for more than like 10 seconds. I mean, if Kleitsch would have had 3 more seconds in that second period, this match would have been over before we even got to the third period. But, I mean, I'm really interested to see what happens down the line when these two face off again at the conference tournament, because if it is anything like this match, we could, be seeing a big upset down the road. But Henderson's going to pick up a decision victory, 9-6.
Henderson does get the decision victory. put the Cougars on the board. Warriors leading the duel 12-3. We didn't mention there in that part, we mentioned it at the start of the broadcast, but Noah Henderson came in ranked 12.
That would have been a big upset.
175 there. So a great battle there for Brock against a strong ranked opponent. We'll go to 190 pounds, and once again we'll see the first action in a dual setting for Drew Lansing this year.
I will say.
Sorry, I gotta do one thing. Drew asked me to block the camera out for his match. Okay, I blocked it, and we're back. Nothing happened there during that sequence. Sorry. Just a little fun with the Drew before the night got started.
Okay, sounds good. I will say, if there is I've paid a lot more attention since the last few duels of, kind of stuff happening around high school wrestling. If there is a, best wrestler that isn't ranked award, for me, it goes to Brock Kleitsch. I mean, that man he has done just about everything you can do except be ranked. He's won a lot of tough contested matches. He's come out and gotten quick falls. He's really been working a position. Now he just had an amazing battle. And, honestly, almost should have pinned, a ranked wrestler who's ranked 12th in the state right now. So, I mean, if there's somebody out there, if there's anyone from IA Wrestle, just rank Brock Kleitsch, please.
There's your plea from Zach Bavers there to rank Brock Kleitsch.
It's petition. Where's the picket signs?
We had a stall call there on Kyle Kuhlman, who's wrestling Drew Lansing, with Kuhlman there in the top position, the control position, stalled in the top. You got to go back and restart.
There we go. And now he goes right back to that ankle. See, if you're in college, there's I know we're not in college, I get that, but if you're in college, there's a 5 count, that starts right when you go below the hips. So, you get the 5 swipes, that's a stall call. So, I mean, obviously that's not how it works in high school, but you saw the other time, Kuhlman went right to that ankle, and he just kind of hung there and got called for stalling. And then, I mean, now Lansing's done a really good job working up to his feet. Now he's going to turn in. Oh, he had it.
I know both teams were over at the Tripoli Invitational on Saturday. I didn't see if these two ended up matching up. I'm almost certain both teams were there, though.
Oh, my gosh! Oh, my gosh! Where is the pin, please? Please, thank you. All right, we're going to look at this because I had a perfect view over this. Blake's going to edit it here, and then we're going to look at this because we're going to replay this position. Look at this. If you look right there, look how flat Kuhlman is. He's flat there for about 5 seconds. And just at the end of it, the ref shows the 2. Lansing had cleared the arm that was over his neck. So I don't know why the 2 did not go up earlier, why we didn't get swipes going earlier. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen in that position. I know you're telling me to calm down, all right?
So into the second period we go here.
There's a reversal? Okay, sounds good. As now Kuhlman, man.
Tries to run the arm over of Lansing, but he does get turned over onto his stomach.
And now, classic Kuhlman move. He's got to put the legs in. Saw this happen last year to Lansing. Last year happened to Derek Hilson back. You were there with me, so you should have remembered
That's
that.
a long time and a lot of events ago.
For me, I remember it. You probably not, but I think that was when I went on the rant of how that should be illegal, but if you didn't know, I'm not a big fan of this whole put the legs in and just kind of sit there deal. But
Lansing picks up the reversal. 5-4 the score. Kuhlman leading. Less than a minute to go in period number 2 here at 190 pounds.
And he did it again, Kuhlman.
Lansing's got to be careful here.
It's the same position. Same position. As, man, that shoulder is getting torqued. That shoulder is torqued. Holy buckets.
Coleman gets credit for the takedown there. Goes up 7-4.
It happened twice now, and I think if you're Lansing, the next time you're in that top position, you better be looking for it, because you have to know it's coming. So at the end of 2, 7-4 the score, and this match just as close as the last one. You know, twice now we've had these matches, you know, they're guys who are ranked, and it's close. So Henderson ranked 9th. Jeez, I keep saying Henderson. Kuhlman ranked 9th. Okay. We got some blood stoppage here. Was that Upper Iowa basketball? Maybe
yeah,
not.
I believe so. Mason's checking on the Upper Iowa basketball game. Of course, Mason, a member of the Upper Iowa men's basketball team, is a freshman this year. Sitting up next to us, providing some updates, just having some fun.
My opinion, he's D1, but you know.
One of Mason's teammates, Nick Reed, I believe a senior this year at Upper Iowa, formerly a Central City junior this year. Central City grad, dunked so hard he broke the rim at, where are they playing at? University of Illinois Springfield.
Springville, dude.
Springfield.
Oh,
Springfield.
Okay. You said Ville, so that's okay.
Yeah, dunked so hard he broke the rim. That's
sounds
impressive.
like a Shaq move. Is the guy like 7'3", 320 or what? Sounds like a. He's smaller than you? Why don't you just take the whole rim off? What the heck? Yeah, let me see that. Oh, jeez. Wow. Why didn't you do that in high school? What the heck? That would have been electric.
No breaking the rims. That means I would have had to fix them.
Put you to work.
All right, so.
Lansing unable to continue. I don't know what happened here. I thought it was blood time right away. Apparently it was not.
I think it must have been injury time there.
Looks to be concussion, if I had to guess, right away.
So, if that's the case, unfortunately, it's going to end up being a medical forfeit. Kuhlman will get the win. That is 6 points to the Cougars' score. Hope Drew's okay there.
So big swing. Instead of 3, it's 6. So now it's 12-9 with one more of these ranked matches to go. Oh, so Derek's going to be resting.
We got Derek Hilsenbeck is going down to 215 tonight.
I think that's because I think they like the matchup of Hilsenbeck. He's got a lot more experience. They like that matchup with him and Henderson rather than Miller and Henderson. So I'd imagine Miller's going to bump him, bump up to 285 and take the forfeit.
If I remember right, Sumner actually didn't have a 285-pounder.
Yeah, so that's why I think that's why they're going to bump Miller up to just take that forfeit. Like I said, now Hilsenbeck got a takedown early. So, I mean, I think you have to like the matchup of Hilsenbeck and Henderson more. I think Hilsenbeck matches up with Henderson a little bit better than what Miller does. Obviously, Miller only a freshman, Hilsenbeck a senior. And now, Hilsenbeck, he's got Henderson in some trouble. But Henderson, the strength. Nice mat return, but right up to his feet is Henderson. And now Henderson working for a fall, but he's only going to get a reversal.
You stole my program.
Oh, sorry. I think you gave me that.
I maybe did. They're both wrestlers working right at the edge of the mat. Tied up scores Henderson tries to pull Hilsenbeck back into the ring.
They'll go out of bounds and come back to the center. So right up to his feet is Hilsenbeck. He's going to reach back. That's a dangerous move. Yeah, they teach you that all the time in youth wrestling. Never reach back. And this is a scramble position. That is, wow. So it's all going to end with, kind of where we started. Food reinforcements.
Been a long night. Need a little boost.
I feel like with how many events you go to, that's just what you live on now.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Diet Pepsi or not? Sorry, I offended you.
Pepsi, regular Pepsi, and
popcorn.
A little bit of a mix of what the food is. But. So, going to the second period. Grant Henderson and Derek Hilsenbeck all knotted up at 2 points apiece at 215 pounds.
Wow, Hilsenbeck and Henderson just fighting here. Henderson doing a nice job just stuffing Hilsenbeck's head just straight into the mat. As now Hilsenbeck's going to turn in. Wow. These two guys are fighting. They're scrambling. It's 2-2. We've got a fight going on here. Not a fist fight, just a good old-fashioned scrap.
Just a dog fight. Not a fist fight, but a dog fight.
Hilsenbeck working up to his base. Henderson, a lot of forward pressure there. Usually when you get up to these heavier weights, you don't see a whole lot of scrambles and quick movements and a whole bunch of that. But, I mean, two lighter heavyweights, you're going to see that a little bit. Those heavyweights, they aspire to be 106-pounders. It's in their heart.
Every heavyweight wants to be a 106. Every 106
wants to be a heavyweight. Yep. Tony Cassiope always wanted to be Spencer Lee, and Spencer Lee always wanted to be Tony Cassiope.
Now those guys at that 175 range,
they're just lost.
They're just good.
They're good where they're at.
Yeah.
they're just like, I'm okay. Michael Kemmer, Talk about all the old alumni at Iowa. I'm getting old.
If you can't tell, Zach follows college wrestling quite a bit.
Yep, I'm a big Hawkeye fan, so go Hawks. And look at that!
Hilsenbeck will get the escape as Henderson kind of just rolls out of the hold there.
He's done with all this scramble stuff,
Hilsenbeck trying to pull that arm under.
He's got 20 seconds. He's going to get the 2! 5-2 the score. And he's going to belly out Henderson. This is where Hilsenbeck goes to work.
Tries to get turned. He's got a count going.
He's going to get 2, I do believe. They're going to give it to him. Yes, they gave him the 2.
2 on the near fall for Derek Hilsenbeck. A big 5-point swing there.
And now they're going to go neutral. And immediately Hilsenbeck takes a shot. And immediately he might get a takedown. And he does. And he's going to have Nelson. And then everything calms down. Oh my gosh! He might do it! He shocks the world! Oh my gosh! Derek Hilsenbeck has done the impossible!
Derek Hilsenbeck gets the pin over 10th ranked Grant Henderson.
As they say, the impossible has become possible. a heavyweight bumps down to 215 and gets a major win. Look at this. Hilsenbach just runs the bread and butter, the most simple move in all of wrestling, a half Nelson. It may be the simplest move, but it is also the most effective move in high school wrestling.
So Grayson Miller will take the forfeit at 285, making the Warriors score 24-9 as we go back to 106. Wapsie Valley 7th ranked Caden Belinsky taking on Sumner-Fredericksburg's Michael Eimers.
And what is a great fall without a Zach Bavers classic voice crack, you know?
Only the best. Only the best matches get the Zach Bavers voice crack.
Only the best. That's how you know you've wrestled a great match.
You know, it's all a lie. Guys
this.
don't wrestle for, spots in the lineup.
They wrestle
to get the wins, 100 wins, all the milestones for those state medals. They just want a match where they get a Zach Bavers voice crack.
Yeah, Easton Crawl has gotten it. Decker's gotten it. Miller's gotten it.
At this point, I think most guys in the lineup have.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to come by though. You gotta really get me going if you get a voice crack out of me.
Caden Belinsky's built up an early 5-1 lead here as he goes in on the takedown again.
It's like Eimers has got to tighten the headgear again. I hope he tightened it in between matches. I really hope so. Just to help him out. Now Belinsky just going to work on Eimers. He'll make this quick. He's looking for it. Eimers might hold on till the second. It looks like that's how it's going to be, so.
Belinsky's just going to ride out the period to an 11-3 lead over Sumner-Fredericksburg's Michael Eimers.
I will say, and this is I completely expect this. Hilsenbach looks gassed. He wrestled a absolute dogfight of a match. Like that match that had to have been tiring, so tiring. Even though I think we were only in the second period when he got the fall, maybe the third.
I think so. I
don't
so
have
much
the time.
excitement going on there. I didn't even think to look up at the time.
So I mean, you just know that match really took a lot out of both guys.
Belinsky with that takedown, leading Eimers 14-3. Working for the near fall there.
He's gonna sit back. Trying to, get Eimers to, if he can get Eimers just to turn into him, that's what you're looking for.
Get that head lift.
Yeah.
He's trying to work for it, but he'll get 3 on the near fall instead. Go up 17-3, 14-point lead here, right on the edge of tech fall. And this match is going to end here one way or another, and it's a pin for Caden Belinsky. That fall coming in 3 minutes and 5 seconds for the Warriors sophomore. As
Warriors,
Wapsie Valley goes.
Warriors ranked sophomore.
Ranked sophomore. Recently ranked 7th sophomore. And at 113, Sawyer Crawl will receive a forfeit victory. The Wapsie Valley goes up 36-9, 120 pounds. Our next match will go Sumner-Fredericksburg, San Egan, and Wapsie Valley's Wally Kaufman.
These guys have a history together. They have wrestled plenty of times in the past. Kaufman obviously had that absolute heartbreak of a match against Ragsdale just a week ago at Dyke New Hartford.
Kaufman tries to kick out. Egan ends up grabbing that left foot, pulls him back in.
Egan, from what I've seen of him, from the last few years, he wrestles a type of wrestling that is a little unorthodox. You've seen it already tonight. He likes to, kind of go for that. He likes to shelf the leg, look for, Turks, those kind of things. He'll occasionally go for the more, standard cradle, armbar, stuff like that. But he's, you can see, he tries to just stand Kaufman up as he is just clinging to both legs of Wally Kaufman.
Egan just has a vice grip lock on that ankle.
Will not let it go. I mean, if you think about it, that's about the most powerful thing in a wrestler's offense is those legs. That's what powers your shots. That's, whenever you talk about a guy who doesn't finish a shot, the first thing people think about is just not moving your feet. If you can always move your feet, always move in a position, as long as you're moving, you have a better chance to win that position than your opponent.
Kaufman is able to finally kick out of there, get the escape. Gets back to his feet in position. Egan tries going for the single leg, gets the lift, kicks the foot out. No points awarded there as the horn sounds. Headed to the second period, Sam Egan with a 2-1 lead over Wapsie Valley's Wally Kaufman here at 120 pounds.
Interesting decision for Kaufman to take the bottom position. I know it's kind of the stereotypical decision for most wrestlers, but I take that all back because apparently Kaufman I thought he wasn't going to be able to get out. I'm sorry.
So Wally Kaufman gets the escape, ties things up 2-2. See what he can do on the offensive.
With how much of a vice grip that Egan has had on those ankles, I really didn't think Wally's going to be able to get up too easily, but he proved me wrong. So, but now, Egan goes right back. You can see he's got that knee. Now he's going to go to that wrist there as Kaufman tries to stand up, break the lock. Egan in a little bit of trouble.
Just about brought Kaufman down on top of himself.
And now Egan, again, back to that ankle. Kaufman's going to have to turn away. If I know anything about Wally Kaufman in the last week, he is going to fight. And this is that moment where you kind of need to turn on that fight mode. He's really got to get going. He's only down by 2. It's not an insurmountable lead, so.
While just trying to break free there, Egan drops him back to the mat. Kaufman does break free on the escape. Score now 4-3, Egan leads. Five seconds to go in this second period. Egan goes in a shot, tries the double leg. And right at the horn, the official's gonna award the 2 on the takedown there. I thought maybe the horn had sounded, but they're going to say he got it in before the horn. So a 6-3 lead for Sam Egan. The wrestlers will go neutral, start the third.
He's just clinging onto that ankle of Kaufman, but Kaufman going to be able to turn into him. Make it 6-5. Adam Kaufman up there is like, cut him away, let him go. I don't think you want to do that because the way Egan's been wrestling on his feet, playing a losing battle at that point. So I think if you're Kaufman, you're just trying to work for a pinning combination, work for a turn, something to just get some points. So they're going to let him up.
Kaufman gives the
We'll see if it
signal
pays
to the
off.
official, go neutral there.
I put in my take already, so.
Egan goes in the shot on that right hip of Kaufman.
He's in that kind of crackdown position. They're going to give him 2. Kaufman's going to belly out. Kaufman reaches in. Again, Egan just has that vice grip. He is just clinging to Kaufman's back here. As now Kaufman's got a chance here. He can slide out of that grip. Slide out of that. Oh, and he will.
2 there on the takedown.
And he's going right
Kaufman.
in. He's got to have Nelson, and that is deep. But Egan fights away. Now Kaufman, you can't really let him go.
20 seconds to go here. Kaufman's got to make a move.
Kaufman's got to go for a turn of some sort. He's trying. Egan's got to hold on for 10 seconds. He's trying. He's there. Egan.
Just a little too late there for Wally Kaufman. He fights strong, but Sam Egan comes away victorious with a 9-7 decision. Making the score now
36-12.
36-12. The wrong button there for a second. So 126 will go. For the Cougars, it will be Trice Anderson. For the Warriors, Brody Kleitsch.
Kleitsch, the heavy hands right into a snap down go behind.
No time wasted there by Brody.
Right away to his bread and butter. Wapsie ride. He's going to turn him right away. This could be quick, and it is. Sit down, stand up.
No time wasted there by Brody Kleitsch, picking up the pinfall win.
So 42-12 the score. We're going to kick it up to Reese Hagenau. He'll be taking on Ryder Larson. Larson, a lot of forward pressure. He's clinging on, looking for that kind of that Russian tie.
Well, with that win there, if my math is correct, Wapsie Valley does have this duel locked up with a 30-point lead and 4, including the match on the mat, 4 matches to go. So Wapsie Valley will come away victorious tonight against the Cougars, going 2-0 on the night, but we've got 4 matches left to wrestle. Let's see what all they can do. And Larson gets the takedown, start the scoring up 2-0.
He will immediately stick the legs in. I mean, look at this position. In a normal position here, Larson is in a terrible spot here. He's way up high. But just the fact that you can kind of stick the legs in and cling almost like a monkey on your back. It's just
stop for a potentially dangerous situation there.
And that's that main thing. You want to go for that opposite arm, kind of, work a tilt there. You just get kind of cheap back points out of it.
Larson working a couple different angles there, trying to get Hagenau turned. Hagenau tries to stand up, but broken down back to the mat.
Went to that tripod kind of stance area, and kind of 3 spots of contact there, his hands and then his 2 legs kind of forming that triangle. But, you know, again, Larson doing a nice job just kind of clinging that vice grip, kind of sticking to Hagenau. There's a nice re-attack there from Larson, but they'll go out of bounds. I like that. Hagenau went for an ankle pick. Larson was able to kind of defend that with, you know, he kind of hips into him and then just immediately re-attacks on Hagenau's original shot. Nice level change, blast double.
You know, gets the lift, carries him over to the edge of the circle, dumps him off. No position yet.
A nice job there from Larson again. Like we said, just kind of clinging.
Now Hagenau gets the 2.
Again, Hagenau, he had him picked up, but Larson just kind of clung to him. And so when Hagenau tried to dump him off, Larson was able to just roll right through it and try to flip Hagenau. But Hagenau, you know, nice way to work the position, ends up getting the 2. So now Hagenau, he's got to work out to his side. He's got to do something. They'll go out of bounds.
I'd like to take a quick second here to thank one of our many sponsors, Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbank, ready to serve your home or business with fastest internet in town. For plans, pricing, and more information, call 319-279-3375. Little Wapsie Communications.
Hagenau almost got caught with locked hands, and now he's going to get caught in a reversal as Larson. Just a nice switch. So now Larson way too high. You can look how far he is up over Hagenau. But again, sticks the legs in, and now he's in a completely fine position. Kroll trying to voice his words of advice to Hagenau. I don't like you, Blake. I really don't.
Sorry, just showing Zach some baseball news. And
it's not fair. You guys don't need him.
End of the second period. Ryder Larson with a 4-2 lead over Wapsie Valley's Reese Hagenau. If anyone's curious what Zach's mad at me about, it's that the Yankees just signed Marcus Stroman.
You're a bandwagon Yankees fan, all right? I get it.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Start of the third period. Hagenau in the top position and quickly reversed by Larson, going up 6-2.
Speechless. This is where Larson, you know, is the most comfortable.
As a
slips out of it. Look at that. They're going to give him.
And
no, come on.
Ooh.
That's that. No, you don't even need to say ooh. That's bad. That is real bad. That is.
So the official decision there is just a reversal.
Yeah, well, if you're looking at it this way, he completely clears the position. So at that point, you should give him an escape, because both guys are not in contact with either one another. So it should be an escape at that point. From then, it's a clean takedown because Reese then again takes position in that top position. So it should have been a 3-point swing instead of just a 2. So it should be 6-5, but I guess it's only 6-4.
If anybody's wondering, I'll be pushing Zach to become a registered high school official when the time comes.
Yeah.
Always need of officials out there for any sport. If you're interested in becoming one for wrestling, football, baseball, basketball, softball, volleyball, whatever it is.
Oh!
Contact your local athletic director. They'll help you along, or visit the IHSA website or the IHSU website.
Wow, they gave him 2 near fall for that. Wow. So this is tied now, if you didn't know. Hanging out. He's got to hold that whizzer. Oh, I don't think he knew the position.
The reversal there to Larson.
I think if Hagenow knew that position, he would have held that whizzer a lot longer.
10 seconds left in the match. Hagenow gets the escape. He's got to go in on a shot. 5 seconds left. Coaches are yelling.
I don't think he even knows
Hagenow goes in. Just too late there for Hagenow.
I don't think he knew what the position was. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I don't think he thought he got the 2 near fall for that. I don't think he did. So then from there, he thought he was down by 3. So at that point, a takedown doesn't do it for you. So I don't think he really pushed the position like he should have. So
it is Ryder Larson coming away with an 8-7 decision victory there, making the score 42-15. Wapsie Valley still in front. 138 pounds, our next matchup. For Sumner-Fredericksburg, it is Brennan Blake. For your Warriors, Creighton Zimmerman.
Quick takedown for Zimmerman. Zimmerman has really come on as of late. He's really been pushing the pressure. He's almost kind of locked his way into this Warrior lineup at 138 pounds. He's done really well as of late. He's really grown into that wrestler that I think everybody thought he could be. Long, lanky, he's very good at that cradle. As now he's working a turn. Got 1 swipe, but that was all. Blake holding on to that left leg. If you're Zimmerman here, you're looking for a cross face. Just kind of let go of that leg.
Got him halfway there as he gets that 45 degrees.
And now he's going to settle in. Blake bridging. That should be it. I don't know what else you're looking for. There it is.
And the pin for Creighton Zimmerman coming in 1 minute, 19 seconds.
So now the Cougars are going to pick up a forfeit at 144.
So Glenn will get the forfeit win at 144 with the Warriors out their 144-pounder tonight. So we'll go to 150 pounds and our final match of the night. It will be Sumner-Fredericksburg's Nolan Pagel taking on number 5 ranked Easton Kroll from Wapsie Valley.
Pagel really playing some good defense right away here against Kroll. Kroll likes that 2-on-1.
Kroll goes in on the double leg, gets the quick takedown. He'll cut him, let him up.
That's the sign that you know Kroll's got it under control.
Back quick in on the takedown for 2 as he tries to lock up. Looks like he was initially attempting to go for a cradle there. He's going to readjust.
Kroll. Just put that head in the elbow there. Now he's got an arm bar. He's going to run it. This could seal it. He's looking for it. Now looks like he's got it.
Kroll trying to work that left arm. The first period slowly winds down. Just 10 seconds left in the first here. Easton Crawl with the 4-1 lead over Nolan Pagel.
That'll win the first as Crawl finally gets that arm bar. So it'll be Pagel's choice.
So Pagel decides to go neutral to start the second period. Tries to go on a low shot, quickly fended off by Crawl.
So 4-1 the score here. Crawl back in on a sweep single. He's got to clear his head here, and he will. Now back into this top position here. 6-1 the score.
Rustlers go out of bounds there. 1:01 on the clock in this second period at 150 pounds. Our final match of the night, with Wapsie Valley leading the duel 48-21 between the Warriors and the Cougars.
Crawl running that left arm straight over the back of Pagel here. As he looks to just grab that wrist, and look at that. Call it textbook. Under 20 to go. Crawl doing a nice job, but Pagel is playing great defense. Under 5 to go, so that'll end the second. As again, right at the end of the period, Crawl works an armbar.
We'll check the replay out there. That turn by Crawl just muscles him over, rolling through onto his back. The 9-1 lead for Easton Crawl. With 2 minutes to go, 1 period of action left.
So a caution on Crawl. It was about the same thing he did the first time. He'll get a reversal out of it. So 11-1 the score. Pagel has done a great job so far of just, limiting Crawl. But now I think Crawl is, going to do her here. Wow, okay. So that'll end it tonight. Crawl will fall to win it. We said it earlier. I guess that's as you look at the replay here, we said it earlier. The second those shoulder blades hit the mat, and immediately Pagel rolled out of it, but, they gave him the fall anyway. So Crawl picks up a fall to end it 54-21, the final score.
So that does it for our wrestling action tonight. Wapsie Valley victorious in both their duels against the Redhawks and the Cougars tonight. Zach, I'd say that was a pretty successful night of wrestling for Wapsie Valley overall.
I think, there we go, Mason.
See Mason go walk by there in the camera there.
Yeah. Yeah, do his thing, you know. But I think if you're overall tonight, just a very solid night of wrestling as both Coach Crawl and Coach Sorensen, I believe, are going into the locker room. I think they're going to check up on Lansing here. I mean, if you're any, person out there, it sucks to see Lansing go down like that in his first match back. I think everybody was, really hoping to see a good night out of him, and they got it, but it just stinks that a wrestler as good as he is, go down just coming back from injury. So, hopefully he, heals up, gets all right, so we can see him back out here in a few weeks. But overall, Sumner, they wrestled a really good duel. I think they wrestled about as good as they could. You got to win the matches you can win. They obviously didn't do that. Henderson only getting a decision. Coolman would have only gotten a decision, but instead got a medical forfeit due to Lansing having that injury. And then finally, Hilsenbach, upset Henderson. So obviously, not a great night for that 1-2-3 punch we talked about. Hopefully they can get it dialed back in soon. So I think if you're Sumner, you got to regroup after this one. This was not a good showing tonight, especially from a team that I know is capable of a lot more than what they showed tonight. So for them, regroup. North Tama, I said it already, they wrestled fantastic tonight. They wrestled about as good as they could. They fought from beginning to end, first match to the last. They really, fought their way through the duel. And then finally, Wapsie Valley. I mean, what else did we expect from them? I came into the night expecting they were going to run through two dual teams, and that's what they did. So a great night from them.
Yeah, absolutely a real solid night for Wapsie Valley. Something you want to see, really blew by North Tama there. Had some tough matches with Sumner-Fredericksburg. A couple that didn't go their way, a couple that did go their way. But you learn a few things there.
I'm looking at the Kleitsch match. That's what I'm going to look at right now. A few weeks down the line, you're going to have conference duels. Postseason wrestling's coming up. I mean, it's in a month or two. So if you can, I'm really excited to see that match at conference duels. I really want to see that match between Henderson and Kleitsch again, because I think if they wrestle that again, I think Kleitsch might have the upper hand the next time. So, I mean, that match was an absolute coin flip. You could have flipped it either way. You give Kleitsch 3 more seconds at the end of the second period, bam, the match is over. Gets an upset over the number 12th ranked wrestler in the state. So, I mean, then on the flip side, if Grant Henderson, the other Henderson, doesn't get caught by Hilsenbach at the end of that second period, or at the end of the third, I can't really remember where it was because I was jumping around up here, but, if he doesn't get caught in that position and kind of works his way out, or, if he is just a little bit more controlling and doesn't get so overwhelmed by Hilsenbach at the start of the match, that match could have been a lot different too. And, just wrestling the position you're in. You got to wrestle that current position. Don't think about something that's ahead in the match. You got to wrestle now. Wrestle in the present. Not wrestle in the future, not wrestle in the past.
That's definitely a great outlook there. And take one final look at our RTC Communications Dual Meet Recap. RTC Communications is here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375 or email manager@reedlandtelco.com. The summary of the duel. The Warriors took this one 54-2. Scoreboard said 21. Track wrestling said 24, so we're going with 54-24. Check our results
That's
there.
not right. It's 54-21. My sheet says 54-21 as well, so.
And they got, I'm blaming Mr. Adams. He had that one wrong. He had it 24 on track wrestling, now 21. So it is 21, 54-21. In the summary category, Sumner-Fredericksburg did pick up 2 decisions, where Wapsie Valley picked up none. Neither one had a major decision or tech fall. Sumner-Fredericksburg did get 1 injury default there in the 190-pound match. In the falls category, it was Wapsie Valley coming out on top 6-2. And in the forfeits, Wapsie Valley picked up 3 to the Cougars 1. So that's how the duel meet went there between the Warriors and Cougars.
Got a little bit of some questions up here. Trying to figure something out.
Someone lost a little kid's coat.
I don't think any
turned
little
up
kids
here.
have been up here, so.
I didn't see any up here, but so that's how our duel went. See if we can get a final interview of the night with either one of the coaches or one of the wrestlers. We'll give Zach a second to collect one of them, collect his final thoughts. We'll be back shortly. Stick around for one final interview and our final thoughts on the night as Wapsie Valley went 2-0 with wins over North Tama and Sumner-Fredericksburg tonight.
Alrighty, welcome back. We got assistant coach Bo Sorensen up here. So, Bo, right away, we're going to start with the first duel. Wapsie Valley North Tama. What'd you like from your guys out there?
Brody put himself in a bad position and got out of it and came up with the win there. I really enjoyed that. That's what happens when you keep wrestling, right? Wrestling's a sport of making mistakes and earning your way out of it, and he did a really good job.
So then, moving on towards those heavier weights, I know North Tama had a lot of open weights, and, you guys worked quick. So were you like them to work quick, or do you want them just kind of, get that extra mat time and kind of work out a match?
I'm big on pushing the pace and building your lungs, right? And the only way to do that in wrestling is wrestling. So I personally, I like them working themselves out a little bit more, but we got this big storm coming in, so we might as well get out of here early tonight.
So then, moving on to the Sumner duel, I mean, that was a full-fledged duel. I'm going to start with Brock Kleitsch. He wrestled that very tough match against Henderson. What did you like from that match and just how he kind of fought his way through that?
So I'm a big believer in not giving up pins, right? So outside of our injury tonight, our losses are a forfeit and 3 decisions. That's huge improvement from our guys overall. I think all 3 of those guys were capable of winning, and when you wrestle full 6-minute matches like that, it becomes little things that we can change and we can improve on. So I'm real proud of all of our guys tonight. They fought hard. The conditioning will come with confidence. I don't think it's a lack of conditioning, more so a lack of confidence in the positions that they're in right now, and then they kind of get into that little panic mode, and that wears them out quicker. So our guys are building, they're getting better. I was real proud of our guys that duel.
And then moving on to that 215 match, Derek Hilsenbach. I mean, I was up here jumping around. I saw all you guys were jumping around. How exciting was it for you guys to kind of watch Derek go through that match?
Real excited. So talked with Coach Carl briefly before the duel, and that their 215 is probably one of their better wrestlers, and I'm a guy that believes in competition. So I want our guys to want to compete. So that's the first battle. So I was discussing with Coach Carl if he was cool with Derek wrestling 215. He said, yeah. I walked into the wrestling room, and Derek goes, I'm wrestling 215. I didn't even say anything to him. And I said, all right, we're wrestling 215. He wants to compete. So, yeah, he's doing a really good job. A few technical things again with him. But guys that want to compete is the first step, and he wanted to go. So
Yeah, and I know some with him is obviously last year he kind of came onto that scene as kind of that, underweighted heavyweight, and it's kind of been the same thing this year. You guys have been able to fluctuate with where you place him, if you're going to go 215, if you're going to go 285. How do you guys like that flexibility up there with those heavier weights, especially when you have a freshman, Grayson Miller, hasn't gotten that experience yet? How do you like kind of playing that matchup?
It just gives us options, right? So, I got full confidence that Grayson's going to go out there and hand fight and hard snap, and he's going to do the things that we've been working with him. But it gives us more options in our lineup, and Hilson Beck is the technically better wrestler, so we want him to wrestle the technically better kids. But it's nice, and he's gonna develop. He's developed a lot this year, and he's gonna be great.
So moving forward, obviously, I know it's a little bit of a ways out, but postseason wrestling is, coming up here in a month or two. So how do you kind of prepping your guys to get into that postseason mode as we near that time of year?
Keep your nose to the grindstone, man. It's a long, grueling season. It's just crazy that we're already halfway through January here almost, and we got one more. We got MFL Saturday, one more tournament next week, then it's conference already. So we're postseason, 2 weeks away from postseason. We'll keep our nose to the grindstone, compete. We'll go Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then it's the week of conference already. So it's going to be big for them to just keep grinding, compete, and then we can kind of dial it back, work on more technical things that week of conference, and build up. So.
Any final thoughts about the duels tonight?
Real proud of our guys. They're wrestling really well right now. We're improving. That's it. Go Warriors.
All righty. Thank you. Have a great night. Travel home safely. I know the storm's coming in quick.
All right. Thanks, man.
All righty. Yeah. So thank you to Bo Sorensen here tonight. We are Blake, you got any last things before we sign off here?
Yeah, let's mention a couple things here. The Warriors' schedule ahead. They are slated to go to MFL Marmac on Saturday for the MFL Marmac Varsity tournament. We'll see. Hopefully that's able to still happen. We'll see how things go with the weather there.
When are we rescheduling Bosco? Sorry to interrupt.
I'm getting right there.
Okay, good.
Wapsie Valley was supposed to wrestle Don Bosco here at home back on Monday. They will now be traveling to Don Bosco on Tuesday.
In the world?
Don Bosco already had a duel lined up with Lisbon, so we're going to jump in with them and just trying to reschedule and match up like open dates on the schedule and availabilities.
It's not fair, no.
Yeah, kind of sucks, but as availabilities were there between when we were off and they were off, just didn't quite match up. So we will be going to Don Bosco. The rest will be going to Don Bosco on Tuesday the 16th to wrestle Don Bosco and Lisbon, and their final duels, our final regular season duels, will be on Thursday the 18th. Wapsie Valley will be back home one more time for senior night against BCLUW South Hardin, East Marshall GMG, and Central Elkader. That is on Thursday the 18th.
I need some confirmation. Are we going to Bosco?
We will not be going to Bosco. Bosco's kind of
Bosco and Lisbon, Blake. How can we miss that?
Bosco's kind of a black hole of internet connectivity.
Goodness gracious. I'm sad.
Yeah.
Well.
But so that's Wapsie Valley's most recent. Wapsie Valley's upcoming schedule. Their next dates on the calendar: Saturday, MFL Marmac; Tuesday at Don Bosco with Bosco and Lisbon; and then Thursday back here for senior night with Central Elkader, East Marshall GMG, and BCLW South Hardin.
We got a quad. Let's go.
It'd be a big, long night of wrestling here.
I got one more thing before we sign off. We got our wrestler of the night tonight. So right away, my eyes went to Easton Crawl. Right out of the gate, he looked strong. He looked very, very technical. He picked up two falls tonight. I was gonna give it to him. until I saw Derek Hilsenback wrestle. I mean, I cannot resist giving, the wrestler of the night, stud chain, whatever you want to call it, to Derek Hilsenback tonight. That man battled, beat a ranked wrestler by fall. Not by decision, not major, not tech. He pinned him. I mean, that is what you expect from Derek Hilsenback, and he went out and did it. So there's your wrestler of the night.
All right, so Zach's wrestler of the night, Derek Hilsenbeck. Got to give an honorable mention, though, to Kanan Decker, who picked up his 100th career victory with his very quick pin in his second match of the night. So congratulations, Kanan, on 100 career wins, with many more to come. So that'll be all for us tonight here covering the Warriors against the Red Hawks and the Cougars. We'll be back here one more time next Thursday night and hopefully in the postseason with postseason regional duels. For everybody here at Wapsie Valley, I am Blake Boer. I was joined tonight by my awesome partner, Zach Babers. Also like to give a shout-out to one final sponsor tonight that we almost missed, Prime Capital Investment Advisors. Ashley Jones and Joe Harris with Prime Capital Investment Advisors. From opening your first Roth IRA to drawing on your hard-earned money in retirement, the team at Prime Capital Investment Advisors has the tools to accommodate. They are an independent, fee-based fiduciary and put honesty and transparency above all else. Best of all, they bleed black and gold. Mention this ad and get a complimentary second opinion meeting. Call Ashley at 319-269-7143. Go Warriors. So for all of us here, for myself and for Zach, have a great rest of your night, fans, and go Warriors.